Welcome back to Folk Solo Sports Show. Let's get right into NFL Week 14 of 17. All right, let's get right into it, man. Okay. Steelers having a bad week. We're going to get there to all my Steelers fans across the world, not just here in Pittsburgh. Y'all already know we got the most fans still, even with the second loss in a row. We got the most fans in the world, man. Steelers got more fans than any other team, more fans than those fake Patriots fans out there. We got more fans than the Arizona Cardinals. We got more fans than the Green Bay Packers. Any team, man. You can name it. Any team, man. Don't matter. All right? But let's get right into it. First up, who do we got? Let's see. Let's see what the list give me. All right. All right. Loading here. Loading. All right. Sorry, week. Yeah. I was right. I don't know what's going on with this here. Week 14 to 17. All right. First up, we got the Rams dominating the Patriots 24-3. And now the Rams go to 9-4, looking like a very good playoff team in these past couple of weeks. Cam Newton getting benched in that game, though. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. I still wouldn't have took him out of the game because your boy Stedham didn't do any better. Only thing he did was not throw an interception, but he didn't come in and get any touchdowns. So I don't know why Bill Belichick did that. You messed up your chances of going 7-6 right there by pulling Cam Newton, who is already more familiar with the system than Stedham is, and who is not hurt, and he's feeling good. And he's just now getting used to the Patriots playbook. So to bench Cam Newton was a big mistake by Bill Belichick. And that right there is why I say arguably people think that he is the best coach of all time. That's why I can say arguably he is not, because the best coach of all time wouldn't have took out his starting quarterback over 1 interception. All right, so we got the Patriots at 6-7 now. I was wrong. I thought they win their last 5 games in a row and go 10-6 to the playoffs. All right. Next up, we got the Titans beating the Jaguars. A horrible season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were 1-0 when the season started, and now they have lost all 12 games ever since then. What has happened in Jacksonville? Somebody let me know. All right? Maybe y'all should have kept Blake Bortles there. Maybe he didn't seem good for a certain period of time, but they were most certainly doing better than this when he was starting and he was the quarterback, because that is just not how it's looking right now. You going in between 2 quarterbacks, and one got 1 touchdown, no interceptions. The other one, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Call Blake Bortles back. Tell him to come back to the Jaguars, all right? Because y'all was doing a lot better when he was the quarterback. And y'all didn't get nothing out of Nick Foles there. Nick Foles should have stayed on the Philadelphia Eagles, just like Brett Favre told y'all. He should have stayed on the Philadelphia Eagles, starting over Carson Wentz. And I guarantee you, Philadelphia Eagles will be first in the NFC East as we speak. But we'll get to that when we get to the Eagles. They won, by the way. All right. We got the Titans, on the other hand, who are now 4-4 ever since their 5-0 start. But they're starting to look better, beating the Jaguars 31-10. All right. We had the Buccaneers getting a win finally after, I think, going on a 2-game lose streak. Um, 2 game. Can't quite remember. But they get a win here against a good Minnesota Vikings team who every time the Vikings look like they're getting closer to the wild card, they just lose a game. Kirk Cousins played good. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 24-37 on attempts, 225 yards. But the Buccaneers were just the better team. And that's why they win this one 26-14. And now Tom Brady had a good game. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But I have one question. What is going on with Brady and Antonio Brown? Not how many touchdowns does Brady and Brown got this season? Somebody let me know in the comment section right now, because I thought they would be clicking a lot sooner than this. I'm not saying I thought they would just take off, but I'm not saying I think he would throw Brown 5 touchdowns in one game already, but I at least think Brown would already had a touchdown in at least 4 of the games he played in, or 2 touchdowns in one of the games. It's just only 5 receptions for 49 yards. All right, so I think Tom Brady has to utilize Antonio Brown more, and he has to, get in that practice more with him, so he can get the guy who was just known as the best receiver in the NFL back in motion, and get him going, so they have better chances of making it to the Super Bowl. All right. Then we got the Chiefs beating the Dolphins, man. We got the Chiefs beating the Dolphins. Patrick Mahomes having a bad and good game. 393 yards, but 3 interceptions. This is a good Dolphins team, so it doesn't look as bad if it came from a Jacksonville Jaguars or a New York Jets. 24-34 in attempts. So he only missed 10 passes, but he had 3 interceptions, all right? So still a good game for them. They get the win. Chiefs are still the best team in the NFL, like I said. Even when the Steelers were undefeated, I never claimed them to be the best team. I still told you the Chiefs were the best team. They're the Super Bowl champions. They got just confidence through the roof, and they are looking at it like they won a two-peat. So ain't had a Super Bowl in 52 years before last season, and now they're trying to go back to back, man. That's how it's looking. All right, but on the Dolphins side, we had Tua losing his first starting game, throwing 2 interceptions, only 1 interception, and 316 yards also, but missing almost half of his passes. And then finally, like I said, he loses, but he still doesn't have a bad game. Why isn't Tua in the conversation for MVP? I know Tua most certainly better get Rookie of the Year, because even with this loss, with his first loss, what is he, 5-1 now starting? Even in his first loss, he is still dominating the charts. All right. Then we got the Broncos versus the Panthers. The Broncos are another one of those teams, like the Vikings. Every time their playoff hopes come alive, they lose. But this game they won. So somehow, I think if they win their last 3 games, I'll have to check the charts again, they can still make it. The Panthers, on the other hand, their season is over. Going 4-9, and the Broncos are 5-8, and Locke with an excellent game, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he should got player of the week. Only missing 6 passes, going for 280 yards. And on the other side, Bridgewater. Your man Bridgewater, no touchdowns, but no interceptions either, missing 10 of his passes, 283 yards though, and it was a close game. So if he gets that 1 touchdown on the offensive side, If he probably throws for one touchdown pass, he gets the win. He had a rushing touchdown, I guess. I didn't watch the game closely. Forgive me. But a rushing touchdown. But if he gets a pass touchdown, I think the Panthers win this game. All right. Then next up, we got the Bears finally winning a game. Finally, and they are 6-7 now, which is still ridiculous. The Bears don't get any credit for this, all right? The Bears don't get no credit for this win against the Houston Texans because the Houston Texans are only now 2 wins away from having the same tied up with the Bears after the Bears started off 5-0 or 4-0. They are only 2 wins behind the Bears. So even though the Bears beat them 36-7, this is a more impressive game for the Texans than it is a win for the Bears, because this is what the Bears should have been doing in the last 10 weeks that they've been losing every single game. All right. Then we got the Cardinals beating the Giants, giving the Giants their 8th loss of the season. And the Cardinals are now 7-6 after they had a very good start off. They're looking like the Chicago Bears also. But now the Washington football team takes the lead in the NFC East, and the Giants fall behind 1 game. We'll see how the NFC East turns out. They were the only NFC East team that lost in Week 14. Okay? The Cowboys completely crushing the Bengals. A fair matchup. The 2-10-1 Bengals versus the what was 4-8 Cowboys. Cowboys getting this win. Still trying to compete in the NFC East, even though it looks like the Washington football team, who gave the Pittsburgh Steelers their first loss, is going to run off with it, and they will make the wild card. Okay? But we had Andy Dalton having a good game, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. It looks like he might be the starter next season if Dak Prescott really wants to go to the 49ers. All right. Then we got this froze up on me. Couple seconds. All right, we had the Colts beating the Raiders. The Colts are now 9-4. The AFC just got a bunch of good teams right now. 44-27 was the score. The Raiders go to 7-6. And beating the Raiders is dangerous at this point. And I already told y'all why, and I'll tell you again. The Raiders are, other than the Steelers, I feel like the Raiders are the only team that can beat the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Raiders make it to the playoffs, the Chiefs will not go to the Super Bowl if they have to play the Las Vegas Raiders, because they will lose. They will not go undefeated against them this season. They will not go 3-0. They won't. Sorry. They're not 2-0 against them already. The Raiders gave the Chiefs their only loss, and then the Chiefs won against the Raiders in a close game. So the Chiefs will not beat them twice. The Raiders will beat the Chiefs twice this season, because when those two teams match up, the Raiders aren't better than them overall, but for some reason, the Raiders got the Chiefs' number, and they will beat the Kansas City Chiefs if they see them in the playoffs, if the Raiders make it somehow. Okay, so we got the Colts at 9-4, and we got the Raiders at 7-6. All right, we got the Seahawks giving the Jets exactly what they deserve. 40-3 was the final score. It should have been 40-0. Uh, I think maybe they let them score the field goal. Because I just don't see how else they even got any points against about the second or third best team in the NFC. The Seahawks go to 9-4 after upsetting loss last week to the New York Giants. They are now 9-4, and the Jets are now only 3 games away from being the Cleveland Browns of a few years ago. On one hand, we hope they get a win, and on the other hand, do they deserve to go 0-16? Let's just be honest. Like, is anybody trying at this point? Let's be honest. So more than likely, they will make history and be the team to go, another team to go 0-16, along with the Cleveland Browns and who else was it? The Detroit Lions, I believe. I have to check on that. Then we had the Packers beating the Lions in a close game, 31-24 by a touchdown. Lions go to 5-8, and the Green Bay Packers go to 10-3. One of my Super Bowl predictions: Aaron Rodgers having an amazing game, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 290 yards, 26 out of 33 on the passes, and just a good game overall. Yeah, for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And it looks like that until they get to the AF, I'm going to go with the Packers and the Saints now for the AFC Championship over the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, Packers, and Saints are my predictions, and the Packers and the Saints are both better than the Buccaneers at this point. All right, so that's that. Then we had the Chargers beating the Falcons 20-3, and both of those teams just go back and forth with the wins and losses. 4-9, both 4-9. I love those blue Charger uniforms too. Them uniforms is crazy, man. Things is super hard. The Washington football team winning 4 straight games in a row, beating the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers go to 5-8, and the Washington football team go to 6-7. And everybody go watch my Washington football team video to get them a name. Let's get the Washington football team a name, all right? And I forgot to add in there, maybe we can call them the Washington Wildebeests. We can call them the Washington Werewolves. I was talking with my brother, and he came up with the Werewolves name. I came up with the Wildebeest name. Or I said they can go to the Washington Presidents, and have the White House on the side of their helmet. Washington, D.C., the Washington Presidents. There's many names out there for them to have. Go watch my Washington football team video if you haven't seen it yet, and comment what you think their name should be and what best suits them, all right? Y'all missing out on that. Go watch that, man. Okay? So then we had the Eagles beating the Saints, giving the Saints their first loss in, I believe, 9 weeks. So the Eagles go to 4-8-1, and the Saints go to 10-3. But the Saints still look like the best team in the entire NFC, and the Green Bay Packers are second. Buccaneers third over the Seahawks, even though they have a less winning record than the Seahawks. Then we had my 11-1 Steelers now go to 11-2 with 2 straight losses. These are both terrible losses. What was that? Only the second time in Steelers history. After being up 14-0, did they lost? That was only the second time that happened, I believe. And then we are up 7-0 in this Bills game, and we lose this Bills game too. All right, we lose this Bill game too. So Steelers better get it together. I'm sorry, we rely so much on the pass game at this point. I know everybody loves James Conner, but he has to be a backup running back. We need to get a running back. Get on the phone. Call Ray Rice. Please call Ray Rice. He is ready to play, and he can still play. I guarantee you Ray Rice can still play and still do the team justice and carry the team when the passing is doing bad. You hand the ball to Ray Rice, and he is going to take care of work at 33 years old. Ray Rice, 32, 33 years old. Call Ray Rice. He is still ready to go. How many injuries did Ray Rice have before he left the NFL? I don't even remember any. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember any. Ray Rice is still as healthy as a baby. Get Ray Rice on the phone and get him in here so people will be scared of our passing game because we have it. Chase Claypool, Juju Smith, Ebron, Washington, Johnson, all of those guys. If you put Ray Rice and then Connor second, and Connor and Samuels to back him up second, all right, that is going to be straight domination because Ray Rice is going to be a game changer. You will start to see those 70 and 80-yard runs again on the Pittsburgh Steelers if Ray Rice gets in a uniform for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Please comment below, even if you're not a Steelers fan, and tell me if you think that would be a good move for our terrible run game right now, please, because that is the reason Ben threw the interception. They just know the ball is coming so fast at this point. If he's in the shotgun, they know to just keep close eye on the short slants and the short posts. They know just to keep close eye on it, and we can get an interception at this point. And our game has crumbled on offense. The defense is so tired because the offense can't score any points. And that is the reason we take our second loss in a row to the Buffalo Bills. And we are now 11-2. And the Bills are now 10-3. And moved up above the Steelers after this win. Stephen A. said the Bills were better, I think, last week than the Steelers. The Steelers were fifth. I said no, the Steelers were still third behind Kansas City and the New Orleans Saints. But now after they played against each other, Stephen A. was right. The Bills are better than the Steelers now. Now, I'll still give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll give them fourth place still and put them right behind the Buffalo Bills. And it is now the Chiefs first, Saints second, Bills third, Steelers fourth, and the Green Bay Packers fifth in the entire NFL. Those are the best 5 teams in the entire NFL. Steelers might even be fifth now because the running game is so terrible. They might be fifth behind the Green Bay Packers now at this point. All right. So that's what that is. And 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions by Ben. 20 of 37, only 187 yards. And on the other hand, we had Allen having not a better game, but he just did what he had to do. The defense was the answer for that game because our offense played so terrible. Then last but not least, we had on Monday Night Football the Ravens and a close one with the Cleveland Browns. And one of the callers on the Odd Couple said that the NFC West with the Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks, and the Rams is the toughest decision, is the toughest division, decision. Toughest division in the NFL. Please tell me how that is possible. Look at these AFC North teams. Ravens 8-5, Browns 9-4, Steelers 11-2, and even though the Cincinnati Bengals are 2-10-1, they have still put up fights in half of those games. Okay, and I think he might have said it because in the past 20 years, the NFC West, all those four teams, the Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, and the 49ers, they have been to 8 Super Bowls. So I can see why he said that there. But they're only 3-5 in those 8 Super Bowls. They have lost 5 and they won 3. The AFC North, we have been to 5 Super Bowls in the past 20 years, and we're 4-1. 2 from the Ravens, 2 wins from the Steelers, and 1 loss from the Steelers against the Green Bay Packers. We're 4-1. They're 3-5 in the past 20 years in Super Bowls out of those divisions. So I have to disagree. AFC North is most certainly the hardest division in the NFL and has been for decades now. Decades. Yeah, that's right. Decades now. So 2 decades. I don't know about, I'm not going to say go back as far as to the 90s, but 2000 to 2010 and 2010 to 2020, most certainly the hardest division in the NFL. All right. So we got the Ravens at 8-5 and the Browns at 9-4. And this is Folk Solo Sports Show. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, subscribe. I'll get back with y'all, man, for more NFL, more NBA, and more NHL as soon as it comes. Peace.